These highlights of the SPAR Women's Challenge Cape Town, incorporating the SPAR Grand Prix, are proudly brought to you by SPAR in association with Athletics South Africa. The first SPAR Grand Prix race of 2024 took place in Cape Town in the shadow of the giant soccer stadium. After a break of 5 months, everyone was eager to get back into action. The elite runners attended a pre-race briefing the afternoon before, where they were given a beautiful goodie bag, a trademark feature of the Cape Town race. Kesa Mulutsane, Grace de Oliveira, Betha Sitarico and Ronald Thomas were there, together with South Africa's top distance runner, Glenrose Xaba, accompanied by her coach, Violet Semenya.
SPAR Women Grand Prix, it helps us women to feel more welcome, to feel acknowledged, to feel that we belong to sports, to feel that we are here as superstars, because they always embrace us, they always acknowledge us, they always support us in everything that we do, and they give women opportunity to have better races. It helps us financially, especially one of my athletes, Glenrose Xaba. She won the Grand Prix in 2018. She was the first woman again to win the first South African Grand Prix last year. I hope for the best this year to get it again. She's in a good shape, she's very focused, she's very hungry for success. The incentives, it makes us to be more hungry. So something that she did last year, it's going to be much better than this year.
The route was flat and fast and included sections around the V&A waterfront, plus the Sea Point and Muli Point areas.
This is by far the fastest, flattest route possible for good records, breaking records, incredible speed. We start here in Flair Road, round the iconic stadium, DHL Stadium, running down Granger Bay Boulevard. You've got Table Mountain. You run straight looking at Table Mountain. You get down onto the promenade, which is absolutely breathtaking. You get incredible views all the way down to Robben Island. It's flat. I think you're at 3 meters above sea level. Right throughout the course, it's going to make for some incredible running. And hopefully, weather's ideal, 3 meters a second. It's ideal running racing conditions.
The atmosphere was super festive at the start, with the precinct crowded with more than 15,000 runners and walkers. The first wave of 10-kilometer runners would start at 7 o'clock, and athletes hoping for prize money and Grand Prix points warmed up in the cool morning air. Among them, Grand Prix stalwarts Kesa Mulutsane and the Palula twins. On stage, Cape Town Mayor Gordon Hill-Lewis prepared to start the race.
This is such a wonderful event. It's really grown into a huge anchor event on our annual calendar and annual running calendar, of course. Brings nearly 15,000 ladies together from across Cape Town. So that's exactly the kind of thing that we love to support in Cape Town and we love to see. So it's a great event.
I'm very excited. It's a new year, new challenges, new people on the block. So let's see what happens this year.
I was here 31 years ago. Today I'm back again. We've got about 100 girls on the Achieve program. On a young women's empowerment program, so participation is part of the program. So really excited to be here. It's always nice to have a day where women celebrate running. So great to be back.
Because of the large number of runners and the relatively narrow start, the 10K runners went off in batches. The runners with the fastest time seeded first. The front rows were crowded with well-known faces across the age categories right up to the over 70s. And it was a nice clean start as they headed north towards the ocean and the strip around the stadium. Conditions out there were perfect for running, with a cool temperature and no wind at all. In the previous 3 years, Ethiopian Tadunare had dominated the Grand Prix, but she was absent today. This year, her club Nedbank had recruited a new pair of Ethiopians, both relatively unknown juniors, and they were soon in the lead as they made the turn towards the waterfront. They were not alone, however, as South Africa's top female distance runner Glenrose Xaba joined them. Just off the pace, former Grand Prix winner Kesa Mulutsane tracked the leading trio. Chasing hard a few meters back was Xaba's boxer clubmate Xaxisile Sosibo, with Lebogang Palula and Karabo Mailula of Takis not far behind. Once the initial sorting out was over, 5 runners formed the lead group. The Ethiopian juniors in the green netband colours were Dinia Abaraya and Getinesh Agafor. Xaba was right up there, while Kesa Muluzani and Xaxisile Sosibo were just off the pace. Abaraya continued to set the pace, with Xaba and Agafor quite happy to tag along. This was still early days and they were moving fast, but not on any sort of record-breaking pace. Positions were far more important than records today. Meanwhile, further back, most of the H category contenders were waging their own battles as the over 50 runners turned into Beach Road, a couple of minutes behind the leaders, who are now moving on to the section around the Greenpoint Athletic Stadium, heading for the long out and back section in Sea Point. There was a definite change up front and the race was really on as Glenrose Xaba pushed hard. While the leaders tackled the tricky paved section, the masses moved steadily along at about a minute per kilometre slower than the Xaba group. Back on the tarmac, Xaxisile Sosibo and Kesa Muluzane raced along in 4th and 5th positions. Both athletes have stellar Grand Prix pedigrees, Xaxisile finishing in the top 6 last year and Kesa being a previous winner of the series. Further back was Bianca Tarboton, a newcomer to the Grand Prix, running alone but still looking for the top 10 position and a time of under 36 minutes. Behind her, the top 15 runners were widely spread out. The excitement continued back at the start, where the first of many batches in the 5-kilometre run and walk were ready to go. One by one, the various groups got going, filling the entire region with a sea of orange T-shirts. This was a scene reminiscent of the pre-COVID days of the SPAR challenge, where up to 20,000 runners and walkers would enter. Everyone looking for that magic mix of fun, friendship and fitness out on the roads of Cape Town. Violet Semenya coaches more athletes than just Glenrose Xaba. Karabo Mailula, a promising young runner from Pretoria, is also under the wing of Semenya. Today was the first time that she was challenging for a top 10 position in a SPAR Grand Prix race. At the opposite age extreme, few runners have been around the Grand Prix longer than the legendary Palula twins, Lebo, seen here in picture, and Lebogang. Winning medals as juniors back in 1999, the twins are now competing successfully in the veterans or over 40 years age category. Another Grand Prix stalwart is Free State runner Kesa Muluzane, who is still competitive after many years and is currently the vice chairperson of Athletics South Africa while also heading up COFC's athletics.
Running the COFC Athletics Club, I help a lot with liaising between the academia and our sports department and federations. And I recently just came back with the national team from the World Cross Country for FISU, for the universities. I was their head coach. It's nice to work with young upcoming athletes, and it gives me a great motivation because I so much see myself in them more than anything else. I get to improve, develop them and grow them in the sports. So that is one thing that really feels like a blessing in my life. I do athletics and my whole life is dedicated to athletics.
As part of SPAR's ongoing support for the End Gender-Based Violence campaign, we visited Cape Town's Langa Township, where we met 2 young activists, Luyolo Lengisi and Siyabonga Kusela, who in 2019 founded Langa for Men, an organization aimed to restore new values in a boy child, not to see a girl child as an object, and ultimately become a better man. Let's hear more from Luyolo.
So the idea of Langa for Men came about when we wanted to unify Langa. That's where gangsterism is coming from, where you see yourself better than the others. So Siyabonga Kusela, knowing my influence in Langa, in the performing arts, he wanted us to start something that will unify the boys of Langa. I was using performing arts to fight gender-based violence, and he wanted to use sport in fighting gender-based violence. So we were like, no, let's create a campaign, one-day campaign, #Langa for Men, where we invite men and young boys and march around Langa. little did we know that it would become an organization. When we first did that march, we came back and analyzed it. We needed to find a new strategy where we are close to young boys and men and also talk about gender-based violence. But obviously, not all of the young boys and men want to talk in a classroom structure. Others want to do something. We have different ways and strategies of ending gender-based violence. We created sanitary towels campaign where we deliver sanitary towels without making people to be uncomfortable. We are doing it with dignity. We have a community kitchen. It is assisting the people of Langa in Joslovo. We visit schools, we create healing sessions where we hike mountains with young boys and talk about gender-based violence and other ways, because there are many factors that contribute to gender-based violence. We recently launched last year a soccer club, and you also have to attend sessions when you're part of the soccer club of Langa for Men. We've been invited in different institutions such as University of Cape Town to talk and also to advise. We've been invited to also contribute in changing the curriculum for higher institutions. We are also working with National Men's Parliament. We were at correctional services because we also need to hear those men that have done wrong, what was wrong, and we need to understand what is happening in their minds so that we can be able, when we go to young boys, we can bring people who have experiences, people who know what was happening in their minds when they've done something that is wrong. When we're saying that, as if Luyolo does something wrong, we say that Luyolo is no longer a man. I'm like, we're shifting the blame. So we need to create men that are responsible. When you are doing something that is wrong, we'll say that you are a man and you've done something that is wrong, so that you can be able to change, so that women and children can be safe. People in every corner, when they want to contribute in creating a safe community, you start where you are. You don't need to be part of any organization. That is what we always preach. You can be that example because many people are looking at your actions. You can start in your household because household is the first institutions. Many people are broken in different homes, in schools, which is the primary institution. You can start there. You can join sessions. We're working with many organizations and we are linking people that want to change where they are so that they can also be positive role models. The future is bright. I have hope that young boys that are part of Langa for Men will lead Langa for Men. It is for men and it is for the people that do want to make change.
Back to the race now, and the two leaders are past the halfway mark at the far end of Sea Point and we're approaching 7Ks. This was crunch time as Glenrose Klaba and Nia Abaraya ran together. Tactics at this stage were crucial and Abaraya was intent on challenging the local runner with a little surge. Getinesh had fallen back but remained well clear of Kakwisile Sosibo and Kesa Mulitsane in 4th and 5th places. By now, all the fun runners and walkers had started their journey and thousands of happy women filled the area. It's clear that everyone was in a festive mood in the perfect conditions. It's been a long 5 years since the last time a SPAR Cape Town race played host to such a large festive group.
Was fabulous.
It was great. The weather was good, the organizing was excellent, the vibey music at the beginning was great.
I'm trying to do 10 races because I'm not a fast runner and I'm not a good runner, and I thought this would be my one for April.
I did challenge myself today. I haven't run 10K in like a long time, and to actually finish up, that's actually amazing, and I'm so excited to see different types of women come up and just celebrate women, and also choosing yourself. Basically, that's all what today is all about.
Well done, ladies, for choosing you. I'm proud of all of you. I'm proud of our club. This goes to ARDAC. Well done, well done, well done.
Well done, ARD. Proud of every woman who ran today.
I'm so happy because I managed to convince my daughter, Leonie, my daughter, actually to run with me, because it's like most of the years when I run, she just comes to take pictures with me. So yeah, I mean, she decided to do the right thing. She chose herself, actually.
It was great, actually, you know. For first time, it was really great, and I think I'm going to do more of this in the future as well.
And the goodie bag is superb. Ooh, for fun!
Back at the sharp end of the race, the leaders passed 7Ks and Getanesh remains in third place. A nervous glance back confirmed that Sosibo and Molozane didn't pose any threat at this stage. Up front though, the cats and mouse game between Kaba and Abaraya continued as the boxer runner caught her Nedbank rival. Both runners had concentration and determination etched on their faces, and the ding-dong battle continued right up to the 2Ks to go board. It's accepted in elite level racing that it's often better to sit back and let your rival do all the hard work. And that's what Glenrose seem to be doing right now. But with 6 minutes of running left, the outcome was far from certain. It looked like a sprint finish was likely. In one way, the beating heart of all the SPAR races can be found here, with the thousands of ladies out there enjoying a walk with their friends, even if it takes over an hour to complete 5 kilometers. And somehow they always seem keen to say what's on their minds.
I want to encourage all women to come out to join and to have fun.
I must choose myself. I have to prioritize myself. And it's not only about that. I went through on the magazine. It says also we must stop the violence, the women abuse. It's all about supporting the women. So big up to all the women.
Mense, julle moet uitkom om te kom deelneem. Dit is so 'n wonderlike reis om al die people te meet, al die ladies te sien. En ons geniet dit. Ons is 'n paar maatjies en familie bymekaar. Ons maak 'n groepie en dan kom ons altyd stap. Dit is iets wat ons moet doen. Ons moet uitstaan vir ons vroue in hierdie land of in die wêreld. En ons moet wys wat ons werd is vir die toekoms vir ons kinders. Ons moet 'n voorbeeld stel vir die dogters van ons land. En ek wil almal uitnooi om volgende jaar wil ek vir almal hier sien by die SPAR Women's Challenge.
Whoever that is not here today, you're missing out. You're missing out on the goodie bags. You're missing out on being cute. You're missing out on everything.
You, our tutus.
Please make sure that 2025 you are here.
Yes.
Over the past 3 years, Glenrose Kaba has been the most consistent female middle distance runner in South Africa on the road, track and cross country, winning numerous titles, performing on the world stage and setting many personal best times.
It's a bit much for me, but we're going to survive according to the training that we did last year. Throughout my base, I do more base when it comes to the races in South Africa because base is very important. Mileage is very important so that you can last longer in competition. If you decrease your mileage, you will lose momentum. I have a strong system that is helping me a lot. I have power to health that I'm attending to recover, and I have massage. So I can say that I will copy. I wish to do good until the end of the Grand Prix series.
The race was now into its final stage with just 500 meters to go. A late search from Denia Abaraya seemed to put the issue of who would cross the line first beyond doubt, with Glenrose a few meters back. As they entered the finish precinct, a Nedbank win looked more and more certain, but the Ethiopian hadn't bargained on Kaba's never-say-die fighting spirit, and the boxer runner timed her final sprint to perfection, passing Abaraya just before the finishing straight. It was a brilliant tactical effort that had the crowd cheering wildly. In the end, Abaraya was a spent force and had to look on as Kaba became the first South African since Yvette van Zyl nearly 5 years ago to win a SPAR Grand Prix race. This race proved without doubt that Glenrose Kaba is a world-class performer, not only from a time perspective, but also tactically, emotionally and mentally. Well done, Glenrose.
I'm feeling very excited to win SPAR Cape Town because it was my wish long time ago to win SPAR Cape Town. I'm feeling very excited to be the first one to win the race as a first South African. It shows that as we South African, we're working hard to close that gap of Eastern African, to show them that we have talent and we're willing to challenge you this year.
True, but I'm Kabarno. I was pushing myself. At the same time, Glen Rose was also pushing myself and challenging me throughout. So she actually did great. I'm very grateful for her. I was pushing myself from the get-go, but she did much better than me today. And she overtook me, and I couldn't go all the way till the last minute. So yeah, this is the outcome, but I'm very happy with it as well.
Getinesh Okafor Julie finished third, having lost contact with the leaders after halfway. In the end, she was also under pressure from Gaba's boxer club mate, Atlisile Sosibo, who finished strongly to come home a comfortable fourth.
SPAR South Africa.
It's my very first SPAR Grand Prix race. It's an amazing feeling and an amazing experience. The condition, the weather, the people, you know, the hospitality is very amazing. While we were running, even though they didn't know us, they were still motivating us and encouraging us to keep pushing. Everything was perfect, so I'm happy to have this experience.
Kesa Moletsane had an outstanding run to finish fifth. A consistent Grand Prix performer, she won the competition before the dominance of Kaba and the foreign runners started. She was also a SPAR Grand Prix ambassador, a role she carried out with distinction.
I've really been struggling, you know, with a lot of things, but coming down here, I was very confident, and I didn't really feel any different than how I felt in training, and I think I even felt better than what I've always been feeling in the previous months. But I'm really looking forward to a great season, honestly. So the time is good, even though I didn't get my bonus points as I had anticipated, but I'm really looking forward to a great start of the season.
Karabo Mailula came through strongly to claim 6th place for the Takis club, and it was a mighty close finish for 7th when Lebogang Palula edged her twin sister Lebu by 1 second.
So far so good. I ran my race panicking because I've been not training for 12 days with injury. But one thing I told myself, just gonna run my clever race. Only experience counts a lot for a professional runner like me at 40 years. If you can't beat this girl, be wise. I'm very happy that I'm coming back, because last year I ran with depression and stress, and I was stressing a lot, but now I'm more focused with my sister. She was encouraging me all the time, telling me that you can do it, don't, because I wanted to quit last year, but now I'm back and I'm in good shape.
Glenrose put 7 seconds between herself and Dinaya, both runners breaking 33 minutes comfortably. The Palulas did well as veterans to break 36 minutes, while relatively new names Mailula, Tarboton and Sitariko all made the top 10. Ethiopians Abaraya and Agafor topped the junior list by a country mile, while the Palula twins did the same in the over 40s. Aluluto Mitani and Christiane Adrianse both had made the podium in their respective age groups. And Stewart of Atlantic was a new face at the top of the over 50 podium, ahead of regulars Thomas and Carey, while Judy Bird once again dominated the over 60s, where Grace de Oliveira once again added to a total of more than 100 SPAR races.
I've never beaten the one lady, Janine, so it is my first time to break 41 minutes. Beautiful day, very nice. Nice, flat, fast course. Very happy, thank you.
Very pleased with my run today. I actually was hoping for a 41, so I see I was way out of that. But ran well. I'm struggling with an injury I can't get rid of. But so I'm pleased with today. I love these races. No hustled starts. You feel special. The SPAR really do a really good job at making women feel special. And it's the highlight of my year.
After round 1 of the SPAR Grand Prix, Kaba and Abaraya both scored maximum points after collecting 10-time bonus points, while Agafor, Sosibo and Molutsane each scored 5 bonus points for slightly slower times. For a long time, the masses poured over the finish line, everyone eager to collect their precious SPAR Women's Challenge medal and, of course, receive their fabulous trademark SPAR Cape Town goodie bag. Then internationally recognized Capetonian rapper Early B entertained the crowds. Charlize Subarayan spoke for the SPAR group when she said that this race marked a new beginning for the series.
Oh, it feels exciting.
It is so exhilarating. The weather was perfect. The people, the camaraderie, it was just such an amazing race. The whole choose you concept is so nice because it's your race, your pace, the scenery, you're running with all these women. It's just so special, the feeling to be, among women that are just enjoying themselves, running out here on a Sunday morning. The view, it's just so exhilarating. What an amazing feeling to be a part of this, to actually be on the streets with everyone.
As always, there is a bigger picture to the SPAR Grand Prix, and the huge checks, both in size and value, were handed out to the official race charities, the Petal Project, Operation Smile, and the Sarki Bartman Center for Women and Children. Everyone scores big at SPAR, including race winner Glenrose Tlaba, the first local runner to win a Grand Prix race for nearly 5 years. Goodbye from Cape Town, and we look forward to seeing everyone at the next race in Durban. These highlights of the SPAR Women's Challenge Cape Town, incorporating the SPAR Grand Prix, were proudly brought to you by SPAR in association with Athletics South Africa.